Hey there, imagine for a second we're just sitting across from each other at a coffee shop. You're a young professional. Maybe you've just started putting a little money away, and you are looking for the secret, the ultimate wealth building cheat code. Well, that's exactly what this explainer is all about today. We're going to look at the momentum of time and how to truly master the compound curve. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Compound interest? Ugh. It sounds like a super dry formula from a high school math class, but I promise you, it's not. It is literally the single most powerful force in finance. And understanding how it actually works, and honestly, more importantly, how it feels, is the exact thing that separates the people who build lasting wealth from the ones who just give up way too soon. So, I gotta ask you a serious question, and it's one that frustrates pretty much every early investor. What if the most powerful force in finance feels like absolutely nothing? Because honestly, that's the reality. When you first start investing, you make your deposits, you open up your app to check your account, and nothing exciting happens. It feels incredibly slow. It feels like all those sacrifices you're making aren't even paying off. But here is the secret. It's actually supposed to feel that way. Your biggest financial advantage is initially completely invisible. It hides its power right up until the very end.
And this idea brilliantly illustrates why so many people get it wrong. As our source material puts it, compounding is not just a math formula. It's a psychological test. We live in this crazy fast-paced world, right? We want instant feedback. We want to see our progress today. But compounding, it does the exact opposite. Surviving those slow, boring early years of investing is a true test of your patience. It basically asks, hey, can you stay consistent when the results are totally invisible? To pass this test, we need to understand that compounding actually happens in three very distinct stages.
All right, let's get into stage one, the beginning, planting the seed.
Think of this early stage kind of like planting a tree. You're out there watering it every single day, but for a really long time, nothing shows above ground. Underneath the soil, the roots are expanding, they're building this totally necessary foundation, but your eyes are telling you absolutely nothing is happening. Let's look at a real-life scenario to anchor this a bit. Meet Alex. Alex is a young investor who commits to putting away $200 a month. That means Alex is making real sacrifices, saying no to eating out as much, maybe passing on some flashy things his friends are buying. Fast forward to year 5. Alex's account has reached a milestone of about $14,700. Now that sounds like a decent chunk of change, right? But let's look a little closer at how that number actually breaks down.
Notice the gap here between what Alex put in and what the market actually did. The total invested over those 5 years is $12,000, but the total growth, the actual reward for all that hardcore discipline, is only about $2,700. When you look at it this way, after 5 years of sacrifice, earning just $2,700 feels like a really terrible trade. And this is exactly where most people get discouraged and just throw in the towel. But here's the absolutely crucial point. Stage 1 is not about the growth. It is entirely about building the habit.
Which brings us to stage 2, the middle, the boring years.
If stage 1 is discouraging, stage 2 is the most dangerous phase, mostly because it's just so steady and, well, unexciting. You're no longer invisible, you can finally see your account growing, but it's definitely not life-changing money yet. Let's check back in on Alex at the year 15 milestone. Continuing with that exact same $200 a month, the account has grown to about $70,000. You look at that and think, okay, yeah, this is better. But let's be real, $70,000 after 15 solid years of investing doesn't exactly make you feel rich. It doesn't scream financial freedom. But underneath the hood, a massive, quiet shift is taking place.
Look at the balance now at year 15 to really see that shift in action. The total invested is $36,000, but look at the total growth. It's at $34,000. The growth has almost caught up to the contributions. Alex has practically matched his own hard work with the market's hard work. Your money is no longer just earning on those original deposits, it's earning on the past earnings too. This is the crucial turning point where your money finally starts working with you.
Okay, let's use an analogy that perfectly captures this feeling. Think of compounding like pushing a giant, incredibly heavy flywheel. Step 1. At first, it barely moves. Every push feels pointless, just like stage 1. Step 2. Slowly it builds momentum. It's moving, but you are still doing a lot of the heavy pushing. That's stage 2. And because this phase is so insanely boring, this is the exact moment people get tempted to sabotage themselves. They stop contributing, they chase risky crypto hype, or they go looking for day trading get-rich-quick schemes. But you cannot give in to that temptation. You got to keep pushing so you can reach step 3, where the wheel just spins entirely on its own.
And that brings us to the ultimate reward, Stage 3, the growth stage, the bend in the curve.
This is the stage everyone wishes they could just jump right into, but it only exists because of the patience you practiced in those first two stages. This is where compounding shifts from looking linear to suddenly becoming explosive and exponential. Let's look at Alex's massive year 30 milestone. Still just putting in $200 a month, but now the account has ballooned to over $350,000. What used to take years to grow is now happening in a matter of months. The numbers start to feel almost unreal. And to really understand how wild this exponential growth is, we gotta look at the numbers side by side.
Just look at the jaw-dropping visual gap here. Over 30 years, Alex only put in a total of $72,000, but the total value is north of $350,000. Now here is the most mind-blowing fact from our sources. Between years 25 and 30 alone, Alex's account jumped by $150,000. Think about that for a second. In just those 5 years, the account grew by more than double what Alex contributed over the entire 3 decades. Your money is now doing all the heavy lifting.
Let's compare early versus late starters, the ultimate cheat code.
As your financial mentor today, I want to pivot to the most important lesson of this entire explainer. This is an absolute mic drop moment proving mathematically why starting early completely beats starting big. We have person A, the early starter. They begin at age 25. They invest $200 a month, but they only do it for 10 years and then they completely stop. Their total invested is just $24,000. Then we have person B, the late starter. They wait until age 35, but they invest that exact same $200 a month for 25 years straight, putting in a total of $60,000. Person B invested $36,000 times more out of their own pocket. But look at the final value at age 60. Person A ends up with more money than person B. No way, right? They put in way less, stopped decades earlier, and still won.
So what does this all mean? The crucial point is this. Time is more powerful than intensity. The reason person A wins isn't because they were somehow smarter or because they picked better stocks. It's simply because their money had an extra 10 years to sit in that growth stage. That extra time lets the compounding curve bend so sharply that the returns become disproportionately huge compared to the actual effort put in. You literally cannot out-earn lost time.
Finally, let's discuss habits for the long haul. Surviving the wait.
Knowing the math is only half the battle, right? How do you actually survive the emotional waiting game of stages 1 and 2? Let's walk through these actionable habits to ensure you actually get to experience that stage 3 explosion. First, build the habit of consistency early. Remember, stage 1 isn't about getting rich. It's about proving to yourself that you can reliably set money aside. Second, ignore the fast money and crypto hype. When you're in the boring middle of stage 2, steady growth feels super inadequate. Don't sabotage your flywheel by jumping ship. Third, let time do the heavy lifting. Small actions, repeated consistently, create massive, almost unfair-feeling outcomes down the road. And finally, don't measure progress by today's visible returns. The early years don't look impressive, for sure, but they are the sole reason everything later becomes extraordinary.
I want to leave you with this final piece of advice. Measure progress by whether you're still in the game tomorrow. If it feels like nothing is happening with your financial progress right now, do not panic. You are likely in the stage that matters most, the foundational stage. The people who actually benefit from compound interest aren't necessarily the smartest people in the room. They are simply the ones who stayed long enough to see it work. The growth you want isn't missing, it's just delayed. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. If you knew today's small, boring sacrifices were guaranteeing your financial freedom tomorrow, what habit would you start building right now?